Here's the calculation for the next eruption of Steenbeck Geyser in Wyoming. The last eruption was the Tuesday before last. It was on the 30th of July 2019. And the time was 7:20 a.m. So I've put in 235 hours and 17 minutes. And it's a bit over 200 hours now since the last eruption. The result is Friday, 9th of August 2019, 2:37 a.m. It's 9 days, 19 hours and 17 minutes as an interval. And this is the sign, the warning sign, for Hurricane Gabrielle in the Atlantic in 2019. Gabrielle's going to be a monster, destroyer hurricane. Gabrielle, almost the name of an archangel. Michael is the name of an archangel. Gabrielle, I was thinking Lorenzo for a while, and then Melissa, and then Gabrielle. It's her, that's the one. There's been 2 storms so far, and Barry was a big flood maker, rain maker. Don't think Chantal's happened yet. Gabrielle's still a few storms away. She's going to be the bad, destructive, violent, powerful hurricane of 2019. The next eruption of Steenbeck Geyser is a sign, an oracle. It's coming at 2:37 on Friday, 9th of August 2019. It's 11:02 now. And it's the 8th. 11-year-old Jacob Wetterling, his life path number is 8. He was born on a Friday. So was Nathan Breeze. Both Jake and Nathan were born on Fridays. Tomorrow is Friday, the 9th of August 2019. So at 2:37 a.m. we're going to see an eruption of Steenbeck Geyser in Wyoming. A warning sign for Gabrielle, among other things. Current weather in Australia, 6.8 degrees in Canberra. Rain radar, there's a cold front came through this morning. It was almost snowing here. I'm near Canberra. It was almost snowing here just about an hour ago. It was 3 degrees. And you can see that on the radar. That's down further south, Bairnsdale. I'm near here. Looks like there's some more coming, more bad weather approaching, looking at the radar. Maybe not. No, I didn't think so, having been outside. It looks to have cleared. The last image here, so today's the 8th of the 8th, 8th of August 2019. The last image is from One Universal Time Coordinated. And that's the other thing. I had a dream on my birthday, April 27, that William was with me. I was with William. And he said to me, we can catch up next Thursday at 1 p.m. He said p.m. We can catch up next Thursday at 1 p.m. Well, that's 1 a.m. Universal Time Coordinated, or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8th of the 8th, 2019. So I'm expecting 1 p.m. on Thursday is going to connect to something. Exactly what, I'm not sure. Sneaky Boy, 117. The Sneaky Boy, his number is 117, and he was born on September 6. Well, September 6 this year, next month, is a Friday. Friday, September 6. When it's Friday, September 6 in Canberra, Sydney, Melbourne, Eastern Australia, for most of the time it's going to still be Thursday the 5th in the USA. That could connect. That's a little strange. Joshua equals 74. Joshua, or Jesus for that matter, 74. And Satan is 55. Jesus, Satan. Haha. And the sneaky boy's number, 117. Prediction is 113. And 13 km/h wind in Melbourne. Kinda weird. Providence, see 11.1 in Adelaide. And Providence equals 111. The word Providence. So there's the calculation. The next eruption of Steamboat Geyser. I also wrote some stuff on Gabrielle, the bad hurricane of 2019. Gabrielle, the violent one, the destructive one. The killer is Gabrielle. The red rain hurricane. Boy Yiming Yuan's whipping hurricane, flogging the former DJ. Yiming Yuan, a former DJ from London. The Category 5 Cane, Gabrielle. 7:20 was the last eruption of Steamboat Geyser, Tuesday, 30th of July 2019. We're adding 9 days, 19 hours, a rearrangement of 199. 17. The Mirror Boy is turning 17 on September 6. Friday, September 6. This brings us to Friday, 9th of August 2019. Jacob is 31. Jacob was born on the 17th. The name Jacob has a value of 31, and this will be eruption number 31 of 2019 for Steamboat Geyser. Major eruption number 31. Coming after 9 days, 19 hours and 17 minutes. Jake born on the 17th. His Mirror Boy turning 17 on Friday, September 6. Turn 6 on its head, you get 9. Jake's Mirror Boy was also born on a Friday, September 6, 2002. It's the same calendar. How old was Jake when he left our world? He was 11 years old. 11 years and 8 months old, to be exact. 11 years and 8 months. And the time now is 11:08. Exactly 11:08. So if we look at the calculator, and if we go to world clock, we can see the time. 11:08 in Canberra, almost 11:09. It's 9:08 in New York. Now it's 9:09 in New York. 9:09. Jake Chambers in The Dark Tower by Stephen King. He's the boy of the quartet of 90 and 9. So, a snake. If we go down south, it's Eastern Daylight Time now, on the east coast of the United States. There's a place down south in Florida, Jacksonville. Pretty big place. It comes up pretty quickly when you start typing Jacksonville. It's 9:09 in Jacksonville, same as New York, same time zone, Eastern Standard Time, Eastern Daylight Time, I should say. It's Eastern Standard Time where I am, and it's the 8th of the 8th where I am. Actually, in a minute from now, it's going to be the 11th of the 11th on the 8th of the 8th. That's going to be a bit weird. And it's going to be 9/11 in New York and Jacksonville and the entire east coast of the United States. And we've got Jesus hanging out with Satan, which is even weirder. And we've got Sneaky Boy with a 6 km/h wind in Perth, 11.7, and 3 6s at 18. Now you think he's turning 17 on a Friday. So you think, oh, so he must be doing 18 on a Saturday. But no, because next year's a leap year. So we skip the Saturday. Skip the Saturday, and now it's 11/11. It is now 11/11. And 9/11 in Jacksonville, Florida. 9/11, that's the number you call in a case of an emergency. And I think there may be an emergency coming in the form of a hurricane named Gabrielle. A monster hurricane, Gabrielle. Almost the name of an angel, but it's not. It's the female version. And the female of the species is far more deadly than the male. Especially with archangels, I guess. Michael was bad enough. Quite a few people died. Bad Mirror Boy is 140. Nathan David Breeze, 159. Nathan died in a natural disaster, Black Saturday firestorms. So it makes sense he probably would warn people about a natural disaster. Angelic is 51. Like I was saying, Jake was 11 years and 8 months old when he left our world. Nathan was 13. 11 years and 8 months old. Angelic is 51. And Demon also is 51. Angelic Demon. Someone who has no delusions about who they are. I guess, because no one is perfect. And no one is totally evil. That's why Jesus is hanging out with Satan. Like Satan as a name has a value of 55. And so does heaven, 55. So does cloud. Cloud is what you see when you look at a rain radar. Or a satellite photo, actually. But you see it on this one too. On the national image. So there's another cold front coming in and about to smack Adelaide. Adelaide's about to get a smack from some rough weather, but nothing compared to what's coming to the east coast of the USA in a bit under a month from now, I think, in the form of hurricane. Gabrielle, the angel that is not an angel at all. A destroyer, a monster. And the bad boy is making a prophecy to warn people. Bad boy 49, bad mirror man 126. I thought it might have been 126 hours at one point. I was like, oh, maybe it's 126. And then I was like, oh, maybe it's 162, like a reflection. Well, it's now over 200 hours since the last eruption of Steamboat Geyser. Speaking of Jacksonville and then Jackson is also the name of some towns, including one in Wyoming. And this one is very close to Steamboat Geyser. Out of all the places in Wyoming, I think this one's the closest, because Steamboat Geyser is up in this northwest corner of Wyoming. It's a pretty big state. The 10th biggest in the USA. Mountain Daylight Time, 7:14. Different time zone, you see. Jackson, Wyoming, USA. So, Steamboat Geyser, it goes off like haphazardly, randomly. You can't predict it, but I'm trying to predict it because I think Jake and Nathan have adopted it to send us a message on behalf of Yiming Yuan, who they like because he has a loving heart. So 9 days, 19 hours and 17 minutes will land us on 2:37 Mountain Daylight Time, Friday, 9th of August 2019. And Jake and Nathan, they feel that Yiming Yuan has suffered enough and he should be freed from jail. That's their message to Singapore. You should free Yiming Yuan from jail because he's a loving guy, he's a good guy. Naughty, yeah, but he doesn't deserve what you did to him and what you're doing to him. 2:37 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time in Wyoming. 3:37 a.m. Central Daylight Time in Minnesota. So 3:37 a.m. written out equals 2:35. 2:35. That's the number of hours. 9 days and 19 hours is 235 hours. You see. A reflection of violence. Violence in the form of a Category 5 caning. Horror. Extreme agony. Torture. That's why you should free Yiming Yuan. You tortured him. He has suffered enough. And you should free him because you tortured him, you abused him. You violated his human rights and you should free him. Singapore. 3:37 a.m. If you wanted to use caning as a punishment, if you were not sickos, you'd do it in a way that doesn't scar people for life. For starters, that's basic common sense. But secondly, you don't do that to someone after putting them in jail. It's just pure sicko sadism of the worst possible kind. So 3:37 a.m. CDT in Minnesota, the boy, Jacob Wetterling, Gabrielle. The angel that turns out to be a monster. The authority that turns out to be a torturer. The Red Rain Mirror Boy, Reflect the Mirror Boy, sexually powerful demon William Lorenzo. Lorenzo is an Italian name. It's a common name among Latinos as well. He's a bad boy, yeah. A strong bad boy. He overcomes the odds. He's resilient. As a hurricane. As a boy. As a man. Demon William Lorenzo, I've been waiting on you, sneaky boy. We can catch up. Angelic William Lorenzo. Lorenzo the hurricane. Lorenzo the ballet dancer. Sneaky boy, Peter Gabriel. Peter Gabriel. Torture. The singer, Peter Gabriel. Big on human rights. Big on opposing torture. Beautiful Yiming Yuan. Torture, beautiful Yiming Yuan. Black Saturday hurricane. Violent. Black Saturday. Sadism. No light, no light. Florence and the Machine. Gabrielle. Killer Hurricane Gabrielle. And a warning sign coming after 235 hours and 17 minutes. The last interval was 28 minutes, remember? It was 6 days, 5 hours and 28 minutes. So after an interval of 235 hours and 17 minutes, Steamboat Geyser of Wyoming erupts with a major eruption for Yiming Yuan, so that people know what I'm saying is true. He's a good guy. He has a loving heart, and he does not deserve 20 years in jail on top of being flogged 24 times with a Category 5 rattan cane. He has suffered enough, and you should release him from prison, because you violated his human rights, you abused him, you tortured him. And if leaving permanent scars across a person's backside does not equal torture, in your opinion, then you're a sicko. And you have no place in any government, any administration, or any judicial system. And that is the truth. Gabrielle will be a monster, torturer, sadistic. authority that turns out to be horror. Horror. It's like thinking, oh, well, Michael can't be a bad hurricane because Michael's an archangel. Michael's a protector, like the government. Governments that torture their own people are the biggest danger to humankind. It's 7:21 p.m. Wednesday, 7th of August 2019. Peter Gabriel has a song, Red Rain. Red rain is falling down all over me. The last eruption of Steamboat Geyser had an interval of 149 hours and 28 minutes. 6 days and 5 hours is 149 hours. It's now 8 days, 12 hours and 1 minute since Steamboat Geyser last erupted in Wyoming. See this one here, 6th of September. It's the last one on the list and it will drop off after the next eruption. 6/6 is a 36. This was after 33 days, 2 hours and 33 minutes. Name is 33. N-A-M-E, name. Name is 33. Jacob Irwin Wetterling is 233. Name, Jacob Irwin Wetterling, 233. It's weird because Jake's dad, his name has a value of 231. 13 reflects 31. The next eruption of Steamboat Geyser will be the 31st major eruption of 2019. 11:36 became 10:37. It lost an hour and gained a minute between these two eruptions. And if we flick ahead a bit, if we flick ahead to, let's say, 2002, 26th of April was a Friday, as it was this year. It's the same calendar. 22 is the most powerful number in numerology. This came after 1 year, 359 days and 16 hours. The age of the mirror boy is 16. The mirror boy, Jake, has a mirror boy. A boy in our world who is very similar to him. Has the same personality, the same heart, the same chemistry, same sexuality, a very similar guy to Jake. And Nathan reflects Jake. Jake was more on the gay side of town, whereas Nathan's more on the straight side of town. But they're neither completely one way or the other. Bisexual, I guess. 22. You can't be gay in Singapore. It's a crime, and they can cane you for it. And it's not just a caning, like you think of caning as being, oh yeah, it's bad. No, you've got no idea. The judicial cane in Singapore is extreme. Torture. Friday, 26th of April 2002, 140 days later, Friday the 13th of September 2002. It'll come again this year, Friday the 13th of September, after Friday the 6th. 140 days between these two eruptions, and 20 minutes. 140 is the value of bad mirror boy. I also did wonder, hey, it might be 140 hours, but I didn't make a prediction on that one, probably because I didn't have time. And it added 20 minutes. 2020 is the year the mirror boy turns 18. 13 times 2 is 26, and either way you go, you've got a 26. My birthday is the 27th of April. Gabriel, as in the angel name, or Peter Gabriel, is 54. It's the value of love. But this one that's coming, Gabrielle, It's a demon dressed as an angel. 27th of April. Jake, I said 22 is the most powerful number in numerology. Jake left this world not through his choice. He was kidnapped and murdered on Sunday 22nd of October 1989. So this eruption was exactly 14 years later, and it came at 8:26. We've got 26 on either side. Eruption that came at 2200 hours, and then an eruption on the 22nd of October, and my birthday before it. And 26. 26. Jake was born in 1978, and his mirror boy is 16. 2 16s are 32. If you add up all the digits in Nathan's birthday, they add up to 32. 3 plus 2 is 5, so that's Nathan's life path number. Jake's life path number is 8, and today is the 8th of the 8th. So it's a good day to make a prediction. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. It's going up in sixes there. 6, written out as a word, equals 52. This eruption was at 1:52 a.m. 18th of July, it was 6:12. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. How cool is that? So the Steenberg geyser does do weird things. There's a whole stack of eruptions that happened right on midnight. If you look at this, going back to the early days, exactly midnight, bang on midnight, and you think, oh, well, that's not going to happen again. Well, exactly 1 a.m., exactly 2 a.m., and then back to midnight. Then 3 6s at 18. All right on the hour, you know what I mean? And this one. And midnight. And midnight. Oh, and you want another midnight? How about another midnight eruption? And then it doesn't do it again. No more midnights. But we did have a 137. 137. 1337. The value of King Lake West. Maybe that's the one I should have predicted. 2020-42. The 2020 boy. Yeah, I probably should have predicted that. Didn't have time. 2020. See 6. 3 6s at 18. 2020 boy. Anyway, what happened that is weird, which I also never predicted, but it's weird, is this. There was an eruption on Christmas Day, 25th of December. It was a Tuesday, I think, last year. The 25th day of the month, and you can go all the way back through all these eruptions. There's never been one on the 25th previously. I had a good look. No eruptions on the 25th day of the month at all, unless I missed one, which is possible, but I don't think so because I've looked a few times now. And I cannot see a single eruption that's happened on the 25th day of any month, going all the way back until last year, Christmas Day. And then it was addicted to the 25th for 5 months in a row. 25th of December, 25th of January, 25th of February, 25th of March, and 25th of April. And as if to emphasize the 25, it said, okay, I'm going to take the most powerful number in numerology, 22, and I'm going to go off at 25 minutes past 22 on the 25th of April. And then no more eruptions on the 25th after that. We're done. I'm like, wow. That's astounding. It's interesting. Bad, 7. Well, let's start with hot. Hot, bad, brat, Satan. But who is Satan, other than the demonized man, who is feeling the pain of the Category 5 hurricane in a Singapore jail? I shouldn't pick on Singapore too much. There's a lot of other countries that abuse human rights. Then again, they are right down the bottom because of what they do with their caning. They're addicted to caning. There must be some real, I don't know. 159 is Nathan David Breeze. Nathan David Breeze. There must be some real sickos. 143. I mean, anyone that does that is sick. I don't care if they're in government or just some wacko. Kidnapping people and torturing people is wrong. And if you do it as a government, saying, oh, well, we make the laws, and don't criticize us because it's a threat to our sovereignty, it's like, oh, you poor things. It's a threat to your sovereignty. You poor, poor things. The 8th of August 2019, Thursday. Jacob, 31, the 11-year-old boy from Minnesota. Who cares? As does Nathan, as does Peter Gabriel, as does Florence Welch about human rights. Florence and the Machine, an English band. Peter Gabriel, an English singer. Jacob Irwin Wetterling, 233. And his mirror boy, born on the 6th. Stormboy, he's 11 years old. Stormboy is 127. St. Joseph is where Jake is from. St. Joseph. St. Joseph. Friday is 63. Jake was born on Friday. This Friday is the 9th. Psychic is 83. Man is 82. Man is 28. 82 is the bad boy. Kinky boy is 112. Kinky boy. See, if you're a kinky boy, you understand that consent is really important, no matter what you're doing. But especially if you're flogging someone, you don't just strap some poor guy to a trestle and flog him. Unless you're a sicko, crazy person. 8 days, 12 hours, 12 minutes. If it's consensual, well, that's a whole different ball game. 8 days, 12 hours, 12 minutes. 12-12. The twins, the identical twins, Daniel and Samuel. In Red Rain. It's a novel by R.L. Stein. It's also the song by Peter Gabriel. Red Rain. Red rain is coming down all over me and the red, red sea. It's bubbling, 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 like it's coming to the boil. Give me steam, lady. Give me steam. It's another song by Peter Gabriel. Gabrielle. She's the bad one. Hurricane equals 97. Hurricane. Symbolic is 98. We're in hurricane headquarters. Hurricane. Whipping is 102. It feels like 102 degrees. It feels like a whipping hurricane. Gabrielle. It's an oracle. When oracles speak like this, you should pay attention. Because it means the truth is coming out. The truth is erupting. There's an eruption of truth. Jake and Nathan like that. And they like Yiming Yuan. He's a good guy. He has a good heart. A good loving heart. He's a boy of their kind. A man of their kind.